choose the right course, personally and collectively, for this time in history, and specifically for the year 2012, I think it helps to understand why the world is changing. Our own scientists now are confirming what the indigenous ancestors told us for thousands of years. And that is, number one, that there is a powerful source of energy at the center of our Milky Way galaxy, a powerful source of magnetic field at the center of our Milky Way galaxy that influences life on Earth. So that's discovery number one. Our own scientists now have confirmed that this field exists. Discovery number two is that Earth's location in the orbit around that source of energy determines how we experience the changes. Sometimes Earth is further away in the orbit and the changes are not so great. Sometimes Earth is very close to this field of energy and the change is very powerful. Where we are right now, our own satellites, our own computers now confirm that we are nearing an alignment that brings us directly in line with this powerful source of magnetic energy. And the date of the precise alignment is December 21st of the year 2012. We actually began the alignment right around 1980, and we end the alignment right around 2016. There's a zone of time because the systems are so large. These are planets and galaxies and solar systems. So it takes a long time for them to move into the alignment. So during that period of that 30 years, from 1980 to right around 2016, Earth undergoes changes as it is affected by this field of energy. Those changes stress the systems that we have built to sustain life. They stress our ability to grow food because the weather patterns change. They stress our ability to cooperate and share resources because we think we're running out. There's not enough for everyone. The question is, how do we deal with the personal changes that are triggered by the global changes? Do we understand where they come from? Do we understand that they're temporary and that it is a rare opportunity for us as a civilization to stop and reconsider the way we've built our lives and take the opportunity of things that don't work to build new systems, to build a new economy, to build new ways of sharing food, to build new ways of cooperating across borders, new ways of creating peace? Or do we fall into the old patterns of fear that say those people with the most weapons and with the most power are the ones that win, and everybody else, you're on your own? And that's the question we're deciding now. That ultimately is determined by how we feel about ourselves. How do we feel in the world? Do we feel threatened or do we feel safe? Do we feel that we can work as a community and pull together as a community, grow our food locally and take care of one another rather than depending on food being shipped from all the way across the world? An economic system that is built on ever-growing markets. The market has to get bigger and bigger and bigger or it doesn't work. An economic system based on someone benefiting at someone else's expense. Those kinds of things are not sustainable in the long term. And when the systems begin to break down, those are the things that fall apart first. And I think that's precisely what we're seeing happening right now. Now, it's interesting to me because the ancient Mayans, who were able to calculate the precise date of this cycle, they never told us the world would end. They said this is the end of a world age. It's not the end of the world, it's the end of a great world age. And they said at the end of this world age, we will begin the next world age. And when we look back, they said we won't recognize our way of life. We won't recognize ourselves because we've changed so much so quickly. And I think somehow they knew in their time what we would live in our time because it is cyclic. It's happened before, it will happen again. So they had a memory of what happened to the people of the earth last time we went through a cycle. And they did their very best to share that memory with us in their future to help us prepare for the next time we go through the cycle. The question is, do we have the wisdom to learn from our ancestors? Do we have the wisdom to recognize the knowledge of those who have come before us and who worked so very hard to preserve that wisdom? Do we have the ability to recognize that and benefit from it, or do we ignore it? And we're making that choice right now.